This will be a quick video on how to show you how to configure and turn on your load sharing on an EasyGen controller, and then as well kind of where to find all your different set points, and we'll briefly discuss what they do. So we're going to start off from the home page. You're going to click parameter and then configuration and then application. Then you're going to come up here and press configure controller. And then here you'll have a bunch of options. What you'll want to do first is go to configure load share. And all you want to make sure is that the active power load share is turned on and the reactive power load share is turned on. Reactive power load share is only if you're actually, say, have a voltage bias going to an AVR. If you're just running, the generator in droop, you would want that reactive power load share turned off. So we go back one menu. For speed control and for your load share tuning, you're actually going to use configure frequency control. And then for your voltage control and your VAR sharing, you're going to use the configure voltage control. So each menu is actually very similar. So what you should check is that the control initial state is going to be 50%. So if you have, say, a 0 to 5 volt analog output, your initial state 50% is going to be 2.5 volts. As well, you want to make sure what your internal frequency control set point is. By default, it's 50 hertz. So you want to adjust that to, if you're in North America and you want 60 hertz, you need to identify that to 60. What will happen is if it's the default setting, the generator will ramp up to 60 hertz, and then as soon as the breaker is closed, it's going to then try to drive down to 50 hertz, and then you'll have an under frequency shutdown or an under speed shutdown. So if we go back one, for voltage control, it's exactly the same. You will want to change your voltage control set point. I believe the stock setting is 400 volts. You want to basically change this variable to whatever nominal voltage you're actually running your generator at. Now, load control and power factor control, those items are only going to be used if you're doing any sort of base loading. So whether you're, say, doing gen-to-gen base loading, or what you're doing is, say, like a peak shave, you're going gen to utility, those are the menus you'll use for that. Just for gen-to-gen load sharing, the only thing under load control that you're going to want to adjust is you want to adjust your unload ramp set point. So this load control, the unloading ramp, so right now it's 1% per second, which would be incredibly slow. So you want to bump that up to maybe 10% per second. So that's 10% of the nominal of your kilowatt rating of the generator that the EasyGen is interfacing to. And then when you're done, you can just hit the back button and you can go all the way to the home screen.